tell them what you were doing.
All right. Well, this is a little impromptu, so I'm going to need to depend on your brains for some help on this. I'm Pam Lindstrom with Keep Thomas County Beautiful, and our mission is to engage individuals into taking more responsibility for their community environment. Meaning, instead of depending on our government, depending on other business, we take more responsibility as individuals for the things that happen in our community. We do that through litter prevention, education, recycling and waste reduction, community improvement, beautification, and water resource education. So we're really kind of a clearinghouse for education. Litter's not real exciting, not real sexy, so it's been a little difficult. So we look at it not just from the environmental aspect of, how it affects our environment, our water quality, things like that, but also from the economic. When there's litter on the roads, it can cause flooding, which can cause wrecks. It can cause major infrastructure damage. Thomas County spends over $75,000 a year just to pick up litter. That's not including our local businesses. That's not including the loss from revenues, from businesses not coming in, houses not selling. But there's also a social side to that. There's a Keeling report called Broken Windows that shows that the litter behavior, the attitude and behavior, is a symptom of a more social disorder. If you're okay with the litter, you're okay with loitering. You're okay with panhandling. And it escalates there to destruction of public property, misbehavior, and we're working right now with the Thomasville Police Department to compare litter data with crime data. And then we're going to go into these neighborhoods and we're going to clean them up, we're going to do some projects, and then recompare that data and see if we have an impact. As far as fundraisers, we don't have a signature fundraiser, but we are looking for one. One of our board members suggested a truck show, and it was started out as a work truck show, but that's real limiting. But that's what we've got so far. We are county funded, but we need something to where we can get into festivals and events, parades. Every little community has an event. So we need something so we can do some outreach, recycling at football games, tailgate recycling, anything like that to help promote that awareness is what we're looking for. And we do all of Thomas County, not just Thomasville. So Boston, Meigs, Barwick, all the surrounding communities is what we're looking for as outreach. Is there anything else I need to share?
Do you all have any questions?
Yes.
About how many people are currently involved in the Keep Thomas County Beautiful group?
I'm a staff of one, and I'm part-time. We have 12 board members. A lot of our volunteers that are regulars, we do through Hands on Thomas County. We don't have our own set volunteer base, and we have about 50 members. And we have some other sponsors, local businesses, and the city sponsors some of our events. So we're barely 3 years old, so we're really, as far as a nonprofit, we're relatively new.
Pam also works with a lot of other agencies or departments and charities and stuff like that. One of the things that we were talking about before we came in here, and I was approached I think it was last week, I think it was late last week. And this is where
This is where it gets a little sticky. It's for Second Harvest.
Second Harvest.
And we're partnering with them because of the sustainability side to teach people to grow their own food. Are y'all familiar with Second Harvest is? Mm-hmm. It's what supplies all our local food banks and soup kitchens.
So what their idea was, and they have a need right now. They've actually got some projects planned and they need some help doing this. So in addition to that, then you'd also be maybe working and doing some other activities also. But what they want to do is create a business plan type of idea where they'll take a product and they're looking to find out what the costs are, how much it costs to build this thing, what they can sell it for, material costs, all this stuff like that is going to be built into this, so then they can turn around and start selling it and make money off this. It was a seed box or a box?
It's actually, the Second Harvest gets a lot of banana boxes, the big wax boxes, and our deal, since the flaunt this year, which is the downtown art exhibit, is called pop-ups, is to pop up a farm. And each one of these boxes will be planted with edible plants. And our idea was to either sell seed packets or the actual boxes to sponsors to then send home with the food bank clients. So they'd have their own small garden to get them started. We need education, to send them home so they know how to grow, how to save their seeds, how to preserve, all that. But also getting the word out that, hey, you can sponsor a garden. We're working with the city of Thomasville for urban gardens to where there's a little bit of a lot, but it's not big enough to build on, but it's kind of an empty space, putting in edible food forest. and then teaching the neighborhoods how to harvest that and to feed themselves. So that, the garden, the pop-up garden was kind of what we're thinking about, selling these boxes. What would it cost? What do we need to put in it? More perennials than annuals, that kind of thing. But then breaking that cycle of I have to go to the food bank every month because I don't make enough money, to I've got food in my garden to help supplement that, and I'm eating healthier as well.
So they have a need right now. That's something that they could probably take a call on today, and you could probably start helping them with that.
Yeah, because
right
Flaunt's
now.
Friday night.
Yes.
Flaunt's Friday night, so we're going to have the boxes ready. Any input on that if you're interested?
So if the group, whichever group decides to do that one, can literally hit the ground running. And then if you decide to do other things, that's great, that's fantastic.
And we do have a person that's got a horticulture background that's looking at sustainable food that wants to work with us. So we've got more infrastructure on that one.
So we all clear on the two groups that we talked about so far? Yes, sir.
Yeah. I have a question. What kind of food does the second harvest grow?
It's all, they don't grow anything right now. There's a plot next door that we have that we can do raised gardens. They take donations and get canned foods.
Okay.
They do get some fresh vegetables and fresh fruits and all, but it's all donations of canned goods, dry goods, things that store better. So they don't have anything right now.
Okay.
But there is a side plot that's available for both raised gardens and the food forest. So we have a space that we can use as well as the infrastructure for collecting rain.
Yeah. I could probably need to get you, talk to you, because we've got that lot. The school has 12 acres over there
Right.
that they do nothing with. Well, the land forestry students use it.
Right.
That would be a good tie-in where you could use, we could start planning stuff out there. Because I actually had a group last year, I think it was my team project class. They were, the project management class. They were thinking about doing something very similar over there.
Right.
But they just ran out of time because it was due in the summer. So
Well,
maybe
they have
that's
grants
something.
for edible, they call them edible neighborhoods. It has to be on public property, schools, things like that, so where it's open. It can't be on a private person's field. But there are grants available for that as well.
Maybe I'll get in touch with some of the people. I'll talk with the president and see if that's something he'd be interested in. And maybe we can get you and him talking and see if that's something we can do. So.
Definitely. Any of this, and I know that's a little outside the bounds of Keep Thomas County Beautiful, but it's about building a sustainable community. So that's why we partner with Second Harvest on that.
So we've got Second Harvest and Keep Thomasville Beautiful. They're the two that Pam's talked about. So you all are clear on that? Do you have any questions about them? Because it sounds like they're very similar, and that's what was happening. I was getting them too confused because I talked to both
Because
people
we both
last
work
week.
together too, so
Yeah.
it makes it a little confusing.
So do you have any questions about what Pam's talked about?
Well, thank you for your
Okay.
time and good luck with your projects. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I sent you my correct phone number.
Okay, yeah, I saw that popped up. But yeah, I'll
Thanks.
give you a call probably either this afternoon or tomorrow and let you know what's happening. Or if one of the students is, they'll probably be in touch with you also. Is it okay to give them your phone number? They do, what they do is, the lady is called Kathy McGahee, and her contact information is on the website. But actually, all their contact information except for Pam's is up there, and I'll put Pam's up there later. But they do, they provide for families that are in need, and it could be food, it could be clothing, it could be money, whatever it is. But they need to raise money because I think they have to survive on, I think I was told, their budget is like $40,000, which is nothing.
Yeah.
Because that's basically not even paying for that includes the full-time salary that they pay. So they are in desperate need of any type of fundraiser that we can do. So that's another one. I think that one, they'd be willing to do pretty much whatever you want to do. I mean, if we can raise money for that. So I think that's another good cause. So it's sort of spun out. It's not how I normally do it, but we've got to make changes. We have to adapt. I think these are great opportunities. The Flaunt one is really a good idea. I think you can go and get a lot of traction out of that one. It's working with the Hands-on Thomas County and the Second Harvest. I'm going to get them mixed up for the entire semester, just watch. I think just the contacts you'll make in that one also is very, very helpful. Because they're pet projects for the city of Thomasville, the county. So I think you'll get a lot of a lot of interest in that, especially if it's very successful, which if you all are involved in, I'm sure it will be, because, I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't. I think they're both neat ideas, and like I said, that's just a start. That's something that you can start doing right now, and then you can build and add on whatever you want to for those classes. So, any questions? County, there is Second Harvest, and then Family Connection. That's the three that we're doing. And these are all new to me. We haven't done it with them before. Normally we've at least done one with a charity, one charity a couple times.